All right, folks, so we got some very interesting changes in WWE land coming up for not just SummerSlam, but for WrestleMania. So we've got some big main event changes, and I'm letting you know now these are possible spoilers, but remember, with WWE, this stuff changes by the week sometimes as far as who's going to wrestle who and the decisions and all that. So just letting you know now that this is what's been going on right now. Who knows what they're going to think up in a few weeks or in a few months. This could all change. But the one major thing, well, actually it's more like two major things, is that the main event for SummerSlam has been changed. Now, earlier in the year, we had heard that the plan was for Brock Lesnar to win the Universal title at WrestleMania and to defend it against Braun Strowman sometime in the summertime. Now, Strowman was hurt, but he is back now, so the plan for a few weeks has been Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman at SummerSlam. That was the plan. They teased it the night after WrestleMania. That was the plan for quite some time now, with Strowman presumably going over on Roman in the ambulance match to build up that Brock Lesnar match. Now, the other plan that we had heard actually back in February was that the main event for WrestleMania 34 in New Orleans was going to be Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the title, with the idea that Lesnar would have the championship for pretty much the majority of the year, and maybe even the whole year, actually, and Roman would finally, make up for not getting the job done at Mania 31, defeat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, and be coronated yet again. It would have been his third coronation or whatever. But now that may have changed. So the plan now is no longer Lesnar versus Strowman. The talk now is there are two matches that could be possibly happening at SummerSlam. And again, a lot of this was speculation, but a lot of it was reported by the Observer as well. And that is Lesnar versus Roman. They're going to do it at SummerSlam early with the idea that Roman's going to get the championship early, not at WrestleMania, get it at SummerSlam, avenge his loss to Lesnar, and go forward with the title, possibly facing off against John Cena at WrestleMania, with the idea being John Cena would have won the Royal Rumble of next year, of course, and tries to break the Ric Flair record of 16 times, even though if you look at the record books, Flair's actually had it more than 16 times. That's WWE said 16 for so many years, and the idea is that John Cena tied with him. But the storyline would be that the only way for Cena to break that record is to defeat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 34. That's one talk of the direction they might go in. Of course, Roman Reigns and John Cena is a match that we have never seen one-on-one. At least I don't remember seeing it on television. It's never been done before. It's the previous top guy against the new top guy, or the top guy they want to make the top guy. And it is a pretty big match. I mean, it really is a huge match they've had in their back pocket for quite some time. Well, they could go in that direction with Roman defeating Lesnar and presumably having the belt until WrestleMania. But of course, they could go in a different direction and maybe have Cena get the belt and have Roman chase him. We're not really sure. But the idea of Roman versus Cena is really heavily rumored right now, because the story is that the reason why they booked Cena to now, and I don't know if you guys have picked up on this, but now they're saying that Cena's a free agent. He can be on both Raw or SmackDown, and the reason why that decision was made, or so the talk, is so they can put Cena in a big Raw match and not necessarily keep him on SmackDown. So that is one of the big talks right now, the scuttlebutt in the locker room of that match. Now, the other SummerSlam main event that was talked about is the rematch between Brock Lesnar and Samoa Joe. The Brock Lesnar-Samoa Joe build-up, the feud has been fantastic. Samoa Joe's done some tremendous freaking work. Lesnar's totally into it. You got two big tough guys going at it at Great Balls of Fire. What if this is not the last match? What if it's just the first match? You could do a controversial finish or something like that and build up to the rematch at SummerSlam with the idea of Samoa Joe wrestling Lesnar again. I would love to see rematches between Joe and Lesnar. I personally feel that if they are going to do a rematch and they're going to put the belt on Roman, Joe Lesnar at WrestleMania, with Joe defeating Lesnar, I think would make more sense to really make Joe like the tippy-top heel in the company if they're going to do that. But again, I don't know. Lots of different variables. One thing we know for certain, though, the one thing that is unquestionable is that Strowman versus Lesnar is not going to happen at SummerSlam, which kind of sucks because Strowman really has been trying. He did get hurt. He's really been working his ass off, all year long. He's really one of the most improved guys in that company. and it just sucks that they've decided to change directions on him. But who really knows what the plan is? We really don't know exactly what's going on, but that match has been nixed. So once again, to repeat, Samoa Joe versus Lesnar could be rematching at SummerSlam. Of course, the reason for that's because this Joe-Lesnar feud's done so well. It's really, really doing very well. Great TV segments each and every week. Or it could be Roman against Lesnar. They're going to do the match early with Roman defeating Brock Lesnar and then going on to WrestleMania to face John Cena. That's the talk right now. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about this change? Are you bummed out that Strowman is going to be maybe not getting the shot at SummerSlam? Are you angry that Roman might beat Strowman and beat Lesnar 2 months in a row? Do you think they should hold off on the Roman win till till WrestleMania? Or do you think that bad idea, they shouldn't even do it with Roman? I know a lot of people don't like Roman. Or do you think that maybe the idea of John Cena Roman is a bigger match than Lesnar versus Roman? I don't know. I think that Cena versus Roman is a big match, but they've also got that in their back pocket for WrestleMania 35 or 36. They got time. Cena's not that old, Or do you think that it would be better to see Roman beat Lesnar? Either way, the WWE is still, regardless of how you feel about about Roman Reigns, the WWE is still hell bent on getting this guy over to be their top guy. They have not given up on him. They're going to try. He's been doing like quasi heel stuff on Raw. A lot of, whenever he says this is my yard, he gets booed because people just love The Undertaker. That's just how it's going to be. But I want to get your thoughts. I want to hear what you have to say because I think this is going to be very, very polarizing. Which match do you want to see at SummerSlam? Strowman Lesnar, Roman Lesnar, Joe Lesnar? Either way, Lesnar will be wrestling at SummerSlam, defending the title. But who's he going to be against? Probably either Joe or Roman Reigns, whose real name is Joe too. They're both Samoans named Joe. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll talk to you guys down below.